My name is Ken. I built a woodworking project. I'd like to show you my woodworking project. I'd like to tell you what it does, but I can't, because it does a whole bunch of things that don't make any sense, so it's just easier to show you. So I'm going to turn the crank here and show you the first set of mechanics. This one here is a Geneva wheel. Notice the wheel turns once every fourth. And down here we've got a rack and pinion gear. Over here, a Scotch yoke. Whatever that's good for. And here we have just a reversing set of gears. Now we'll stop for a minute and take a note here of these special banks on both sides. There is no provision made for this thing to be turned backwards because there's no bank on this side, so this one requires that the cranking always goes in one direction. So I put a mechanism in the back to prevent you from turning backwards. Notice the name of the project here, convolution, because it's just a convoluted mess of gears, wires, whatever. Incidentally, there's no metal in this woodworking project whatsoever. There's no nails, wires, springs, tacks, nothing. 100% wood. Now let's take a look at the other side here first and show the remaining mechanism, then we'll look at the inside. Here we have a set of elliptical wheels. Don't really do anything, but it's just odd to watch because they're egg-shaped. And then we have a pair of clapping hands, all powered by a single little disc down here, and all the linkages it goes through to make it happen. A couple of gears. Now let's take a look at the gear work on the inside. These four mechanisms on this side are all tied together by a black walnut wooden chain. Each of them has their own sprocket, of course. This one down here is the driven wheel, and the other three just go along for the ride. The driven wheel comes off the drive shaft here. Notice the 2-to-1 gear reduction ratio here. And that's in there because if I don't have that, when I turn the crank, these four will go so fast you won't really be able to see what's going on. Also notice these pegs all around the system. And that's so that any part can be taken out. Nothing is hardwired in here. Only the frame is solid. Everything else is removable with these pegs. Then across the top here, I just tapped into the shaft on this reversing mechanism and made a drive shaft to run over here to connect onto the elliptical gears. So that's a direct drive, and that also runs at a 1/2 speed just like these over here. Down here we have another set of gears which provide direct drive. That's a 1-to-1, so the clapping hands, I wanted to go a little bit faster, so they have just a 1-to-1 gear ratio here, and you can see it's a 1-to-1 gear ratio there. And then one last little thing to take a look at is this thing right here, and that's to prevent you from turning backwards. If I try to go this way, it catches, and that's for that set of gears up front that I said can't be reversed. Everything is modular, no metal inside. And that's my project.